To ruin her husband's reputation, she cut off her beautiful locks and stuffed them into a bag. She then dyed her hair and eyebrows in different colors, leaving no trace behind by meticulously cleaning up the scene. Her goal was to vanish completely from this world. Next, she deliberately approached her pregnant neighbor and sabotaged her own toilet, inviting the expectant mother over. After the neighbor used the restroom, she secretly collected her urine sample to fabricate her own pregnancy. Following this, she went on a wild shopping spree with her husband's credit cards, purchasing luxurious brand name items and hiding them in an old house. Her intention was to frame her husband for her murder. To further her scheme, she bought a high-value life insurance policy with her husband as the beneficiary. But in her mind, this was still not enough. She spent nights writing over 300 diary entries, starting with sweet memories of her husband and ending with subtle hints of domestic violence. She then burned the diaries in the fireplace, leaving them charred just enough to be readable, ensuring these meticulous details would make it impossible for her husband to escape the charge of murdering his wife. On their wedding anniversary, while her husband was out, she staged the crime scene by deliberately toppling furniture and scattering glass shards to create the illusion of a break-in. However, picture frames were left standing intact to arouse suspicion from the police. She then drew her own blood to suggest the destruction of evidence and carefully placed the final clue before finally departing. Driving a pre-arranged car, she sped down the highway, determined not to be discovered by anyone before her planned time of death. To disguise herself, she wore glasses and consumed high-calorie foods to gain weight, things she never did after marriage. For 5 years, she maintained the appearance her husband loved most. To sustain their seemingly perfect marriage, she concealed her true personality. She gave her husband a prestigious status, wealth, valuable resources, and even the upper hand in their life. However, not only did her husband change, but he also became increasingly demanding, draining her last drop of blood while seeking to replace her with younger, attractive women. It was time for him to pay the price. She checked into a remote motel and found a hammer in the bathroom, disfiguring herself beyond recognition. Afterward, she admired her masterpiece. As she anticipated, her husband became the prime suspect in her murder, facing public condemnation and a ruined reputation. Everything seemed to be under her control. An unexpected turn of events occurred. A pair of petty thieves targeted her, realizing she was elaborately disguised. They rightly guessed she wouldn't dare report to the police. The thieves stole all her money, completely disrupting her original plan. Left penniless, she couldn't find a job to earn a living, and sleeping in her car risked police interrogation. Due to copyright restrictions, I can only share the story up to this point. The movie is titled Gone Girl.